All right, welcome to the IELTS Essay Writing 2023 Writing Template. This is a combination of multiple resources that gives us a good insight on how to write an essay, how to go through each and every section of the essay so that you can create a cohesive and concise piece of writing, as well as give you a little bit of ideas for all of the different content. So let's start off by analyzing the question, then we'll move on to the planning, and we'll actually get to writing. So after that, we'll stick it into our favorite tool, Write and Improve, and see whether or not we scored well or not. So let's begin. Some people feel that the legal age at which people can marry should be at least 21. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Now, as I've said to many of my students, you always have three opportunities. We either are going to completely agree, whoops, you can somewhat agree, and then you can totally disagree. Now, I believe that the majority of people tend to try to choose the somewhat agree. Now, can be difficult because we need to maintain our stance and opinion throughout the whole paper. So if you're not able to maintain that, then you could end up not scoring as well as you think you should be. So typically, considering the question is asking to what extent do we agree or disagree, we should pick one of the two. So I would argue against this, but I think for this example, I'm going to agree. So you should be able to write any one of these three, of course, because you never know what you're going to get in the actual test itself. But for our plan, we're going to write 3 reasons why we totally agree. So let's think about this. Some people feel that the legal age at which people can marry should be at least 21. So, considering I'm completely agreeing with this, I'm going to choose 3 reasons why I totally agree with this statement. So, the first reason is I would say that for many jurisdictions, the legal age of consent is 21. So that kind of makes sense. For part 2, I would say that uh, people are more mature at this time, so it makes sense. And finally, people, they're mature, they're consenting adults. Maybe this gives them the opportunity to save and be financially stable, financially prepared by this age. So here is our plan. This is it for our plan, okay? So now we're going to go into the hook. So the hook is the first topic, the first sentence that hooks in the reader, and typically it's not going to be the it's not going to be so exact. It'll be a broad generalization. So we have a question, a comparison, a problem, or a quote. The quote or proverb, that's maybe not going to work for this one. So sometimes maybe with a problem or solution or a direct question, you might put that in there. But I think we can see here this is a comparison, side A versus side B. So the problem, maybe I'll start with a problem, because like most advertising, they present a problem and then they will provide the solution, and the solution is make the age limit 21. So with my problem, I would say that marriage is a complicated affair that takes a lot substantial maturity, capital, and marriage is a complicated affair that takes substantial maturity. A large appropriate to marriage is a complicated. Well, marriage is the result. So let's just say getting married can be a complicated affair. An affair just means something that's happening that takes substantial maturity, a large sum of, let's say typically, let's downtone it a bit, and an appropriate attitude to, I want to say, pull off successfully, which likely it would best fit someone who is of the age of 21, or else there could be some negative repercussions. This is a very large one. I think this is too large for the beginning. But we'll come back to this. Repercussions. So here's my hook. Getting married can be a complicated affair, and that takes substantial maturity, typically a large sum of money, and an appropriate attitude to pull it off successfully, which likely would best fit someone who is of the age of 21, or else there could be some negative repercussions, like there could be a bad problem at the end of it. So what is the essay about? I've actually put it in my hook. The organization is also here. I'm going to talk about maturity, money, and attitude. So jurisdiction I will still put in here, but we don't have to put all of this specific terminology here. We want to save that for the body paragraphs. So I have not provided my stance and supporting ideas. So here, while some opine, they think that entering into wedlock before the age of 21 is reasonable. I am firmly of the opposite opinion. Yeah, you know what? think I am of the opposite opinion. I've already mentioned the other things here, the supporting ideas. Yeah, should be good. We're probably at around 40 to 45 words also. So the idea here, I have a long compound, maybe complex sentence here, followed by a compounded one. We're firmly of the opposite camp. All right. So here, jurisdictions, legal age, consent, 21. So this is maturity. I mentioned that second. So my third paragraph, which I don't have here in the template, okay, so I'm going to link these two into paragraph 1. So, considering marriage is regarded to most, let's say can be regarded as a lifelong endeavor. Ensuring that both the groom and the bride are mature enough to make the correct decision is important, is critical. Not to mention, this is my topic sentence, okay? So this controls the whole paragraph. It's specific but not too specific. I'm talking about the groom and the bride, and this is a very critical decision. So owing to this, like many other significant decisions, like I don't know, purchasing a home, I don't know, engaging in intimate relations, or what's another serious thing? We buy a house, we what would be, or purchasing or consuming federally regulated substances is generally restricted in many jurisdictions. This is just the territory, the region, the area by the government for people 21 years of age or older, right? We got a long complex sentence here again. Considering marriage can be regarded as a lifelong endeavor, ensuring that both the groom and the bride are mature enough to make this the correct decision is critical. Owing to this decision that was aforementioned, like many other significant decisions, so we got decision. So let's change this to choice. many other significant choices, like purchasing a home, having sex, or consuming federally regulated substances, is generally restricted in many jurisdictions by the government for people 21 years of age or older. Marriage, being married. Okay, I'm going to add my opinion. I absolutely believe that getting married must be grouped. I want to say grouped. We'll come back to that. Grouped with these other circumstances to protect, as a guideline for citizens. Alright. Must be grouped together. What's a better word for grouped? So mature, it's critical decision. So we want to go back to the controlling topic sentence. So why is this so important? Why should it be grouped together? So here we're going to say subsequently if couples, let's use a different, providing that couples have gained some life experience, excuse me, couples have gained some life experience, they have considered all of the factors that are associated with getting married. For instance, I don't think we need that. For example, what happens when you're married, right? We, as the legal bind, let's think about legal proceedings. Okay, maybe we can just skip that. We don't need the for example. Legal proceedings. I don't know, financial security. We are 21, we're immature, we don't know what we're doing, and commitment to another human being. Right? But the way I'm saying this is like I'm trying to say the opposite, not. So, okay. I absolutely believe that being married must be grouped together with these other circumstances as the guideline for citizens. Because, since the majority of the populace have not gained enough life experience, they probably have not considered all of the factors that are associated with getting married, such as the legal proceedings, the need, financial security, and a serious commitment to another human being. 21 from getting married, from my perspective, even 21 may be too young, too early for most people. Okay, so this is only 3 sentences, I think, right? We got 1, 2. So this is way too big. 3. So, concluding sentence. Surely, let's put surely. Considering marriage can be regarded as a lifelong endeavor, ensuring that both the groom and the bride are mature enough to make the correct decision is critical. Owing to this is because. So the reason, owing to this, like many other choices, owing to this, many significant, let's maybe not, many significant choices like purchasing a home, engaging in intimate relations, or consuming. I absolutely believe that being married must be probably do not have Oh no. They probably have not considered all the factors, such as, okay, so technically these are 3 sentences, but I linked them together with the double dash, such as the legal proceedings. Surely many could understand my opinion and see its merits. Right, sure. Okay, I'm going to stick one more before that. This is why governments have these restrictions in place. Surely many people could understand my opinion and see and agree with. Alright, so I mentioned jurisdictions, maturity, and then let's talk about savings. So let's move on to here. So, the function, cause, and effect. So, as previously mentioned, okay, let's put in our experience. I have seen, maybe personally, I have attended a vast amount of weddings, which I have seen behind the scenes and have a I want to say firm grasp, a solid grasp of the planning and the huge amount, like I want to say the gigantic amount of money it takes to pay for a wedding. Let's stick a question in there, right? Who, what, when, where, why, how. Restate the main idea. No. So I want to describe this, give some facts. So, okay, I'll give an example and a fact. For instance, the restaurant I worked at catered weddings, and the average cost for a catered event was around $5,000 for roughly 4 hours of service. Then we can stick in a question. Do you believe that most people in their late teens or early 20s could afford that? Not to mention all of the other costs besides the food. well, it takes a fairly decent couples, newlyweds, and people preparing to get married need to have a good spending habit, be financially savvy, and be financially savvy in order to host a successful wedding. Moreover, they need to be stable for the subsequent years following. What is that? The word for wedding party. After the wedding, you go to your what? Oh, I don't want to look. Wedding party. There's a better word for that, but that's what we're gonna go with. Do you believe that most people in their late teens or early 20s could afford that? Not to mention beyond the food, right? We got a shorter sentence there. That's good. We have some variation in length and complexity. Spending habits. Okay. For these reasons, we're going to our concluding sentence. Make the prediction. Offer a suggestion. For these reasons. Different color. For these reasons, I totally think that it would be it. And once people have once people have a large amount of savings in the bank that could support them for many years, long after their wedding, and perhaps in their mid-20s could be optimal for having a successful marriage. All right, it's getting there, it's getting there. Okay, so in conclusion, we need to recapitulate. So what are all the things? Basically, what we said here, we want to say it again. We need to paraphrase our paraphrase. So I want to say that being married is a serious commitment, serious and exciting and demanding event on most people, which is why I completely wholeheartedly believe that meeting the minimum age requirement of 21 is sufficient, albeit if couples could wait a few more years, gather more life experience, and few more years, gather more life experience, and ensure develop a large rate. Have a of money saved up for the proven challenges that are ahead of them as fresh couple. I predict their happiness and marriage will prosperous one. Oh boy. All right. Okay, we got it. We got the whole thing. Ta-da-da. Okay, so let's stick this and write and improve and see what we got. All right. So, the moment of truth. Previously, we've gotten a 7, an 8, and we have this gigantic thing, which is definitely way too long. So we will do another one, which is much shorter. But let's take a peek and check it out. What do we got? What do we got? Drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. Checking, checking, checking. Ooh. Can never bear to look. Bear in mind, what is the task 1 like? We don't know. We got an 8. Alright. Grammatically looks fantastic. Look at that. Alright. So let's see number 1. What do we got? Dear Graham. Okay. Alright. So this is requested leave. Total is an 8. Okay. Could be higher depending on the task 1 that's written if we were to adjust this, but gotta say, we at least got an 8. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.